Welcome back. Support is growing for the theory that a bomb caused a Russian airliner to crash in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula just over a week ago. Russian state media say experts there are now testing wreckage for traces of explosives, and results could come in a matter of days. The 224 people killed in that crash were mostly Russian tourists heading home from the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh. Russian experts are also conducting an audit of security at Sharm el-Sheikh's airport. Our Nima Bagir is following developments there, and she joins us now. Nima, for days British authorities have been working alongside Egyptians at the airport there. Now Russia has sent its own inspectors. Certainly this points to grave concerns about a lack of security.
Well, especially when it's taken in tandem with the restrictions on taking on into the hold any luggage. And this is something that we've seen put in place by the Brits, by the Russians, in fact, by all the carriers flying out of this airport. So it does start to build a picture or consolidate further the possibility, the growing consensus that this was indeed an act of terror. But of course, until the investigation issues its findings, we won't know for sure. And it's that investigation and the timeline of it that is the current focal point. We've been hearing from the head of the investigations committee that there have been concerns about adverse weather conditions and how that's delayed investigators' access to the site. The ultimate hope is, Lynda, that they'll be able to get the remains of the flight back to Cairo into more sterile and more controllable conditions and really be able to have a full look at them there to glean what they can.
And Nima, looking at this theory of a bomb, ISIS, of course, continues to claim that they're responsible. But unlike so many other acts of terror, they haven't posted one of their slickly produced videos showing how it was done. What can you tell us about its affiliate in the Sinai Peninsula?
Well, they were very quick off the mark to claim responsibility for this and said that essentially they didn't need to post any evidence. And the Egyptian government has consistently refuted the likelihood that this was indeed an act of terror, let alone an act of terror perpetrated by ISIS in the Sinai. The concern is, though, that given all the reports we're hearing and all the briefing from various Western sources, that this picture that's growing, that it was an act of terror, is based on the interception of so-called chatter by the Israelis in the Sinai. Well, then you start looking at who could possibly have perpetrated that attack and be within the territorial lands of the Sinai Peninsula. And then ISIS starts to look like the most likely, likely possibility. But of course, nothing is for sure yet, Lynda.
That is true. Nima Bagir in Sharm el-Sheikh, thank you very much.